Alrighty everyone, welcome back. It is now March 25th of 2024, and given that the Walt Disney Company is going through endless failures one after the other, 2023 being their 100th year anniversary, which was already a disaster and a colossal failure on their part due to all the box office flops. You know, we had the Marvels, we had Wish, we had Ant-Man 3, and among others like Indiana Jones 5, and that's just the beginning of what's looming for 2025 as well, with all the expensive failures via Marvel Studios. Now, focusing on Lucasfilm with the current Acolyte trailer disaster and what's going on with this, and how Bob Iger is heading into full-on damage control about Lucasfilm and everything related to Kathleen Kennedy's outlook on Star Wars, couldn't get any worse than this. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. You can also follow me at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. So, one major problem revolving around the Acolyte is how they demonstrated this series, how long they delayed the trailer, purposely speaking, of course, for this very reason. They knew the backlash was coming. They knew what type of reception that they would receive from George Lucas fans, you know, true fans of the Star Wars franchise that really know everything about this franchise through and through, down to the nitty-gritty details. But what's interesting about this, too, has a lot to do with how Bob Iger is defending the Acolyte series and full-on attacking fans, essentially, about really remaining opposed to Leslye Headland's version of Star Wars and how she is really just so relentless right now in flipping it upside down, ripping off Star Wars Legends, aka the Expanded Universe, and remaking it into her own. Let's get into this. Now, with Bob Iger actively involved in defending many of the Disney failures from 2023 and the looming ones for both this year and next, Iger recently defended the Acolyte and went head-to-head against those that support George Lucas's Star Wars. Iger delivered the following: "As CEO, I believe it is my responsibility to remain transparent and direct with all of our customers and shareholders around the globe regarding the future for two of our divisions here at the Walt Disney Company, Marvel Studios and Lucasfilm. As for Lucasfilm, one of our latest features that we are proud to begin marketing is our upcoming series, The Acolyte, directed by Leslye Headland and produced by Kathleen Kennedy. What we here at the Walt Disney Company find to be very problematic are those that hold doubts within our product and are acting in an irresponsible manner by convincing others to believe in those same doubts that are nothing more than misleading for our upcoming Acolyte project. Of course, you are always going to deal with some level of noise, whether it's a project of ours from Marvel Studios, or in this case, Lucasfilm. But we do not engage in any kind of a culture war. I cannot stress this enough, nor do we support anything like that, especially with our Star Wars material moving onwards. Our support for diversity, equity, and inclusion is not to be confused with any level of an agenda on our part here at the Walt Disney Company. And those that are spreading that belief are part of the problem on why we are getting a certain negative response from some of our customers about our latest Star Wars project. We are overly proud of Kathleen's work on this series, and we hope to work with Miss Headland on other projects for the Star Wars brand. I would also like to address that our support for the insertion of main female-driven roles in our latest series and our push for diversity also has nothing to do with any sort of an agenda or some form of creative differences with Mr. Lucas. Our future, after careful review via our analysis, of course, of the Star Wars brand, is looking brighter every single year, and we are confident with our long list of Star Wars films as well within the current slate. The Acolyte by Miss Headland is a feature that will evolve our brand, and we ask everyone to let the product speak for itself as we begin to properly promote the series to our rightful customers who believe in this brand that we adopted back in 2012. We don't accept such negative waves toward a product that is yet to release on our Disney Plus streaming platform, and nor do we take such criticism seriously just yet based on that. We firmly believe the noise is blown out of proportion to convince other customers to hold a different perception of a product before it has released. Both Kathy and Leslye are working wonders on a show as big as this that we believe at the Walt Disney Company will open a gateway to a new era of Star Wars releases and new fans alike that will accept our vision of what Star Wars needs to evolve to properly become successful as a brand on a consistent level for the next 5 years plus. So let me just stop here quick, guys, before I get to the next thing about Bob Iger. Now, Iger is obviously spewing nonsense. He absolutely knows that he's telling a lie here. He's going to sit there and say that the promotion of DEI is not an agenda, while also saying it is an agenda, is ludicrous. He knows what he's doing. Everyone else over at the Walt Disney Company, they know what they're doing. We know everything that they're doing as well. And that's exactly why they have been dealing with failure after failure. Because Bob Iger, alright, lies to the public, lies to the customers and the shareholders. And this is the very same guy, by the way, that said that they are looking to quiet down the noise, that they are looking to suppress any form of an agenda that their customers believe that are actually happening for these products. And that was a complete full-on lie, especially after that big leaked video showcasing Bob Iger full-on supporting the Disney agenda and everything related to DEI, alright, diversity, equity, and inclusion, getting inserted into everything. Marvel, Star Wars, Disney in general, etc., etc. You know, the concept of race swapping and gender swapping, just for starters there. And this is really just showing you that they really don't care about Star Wars. They only care about using the familiar name as a way to push their overall ideology. So moving on to the next thing here, he goes on to conclude, I look forward to looking everything over for the remaining 2 years leading up to our first 2026 Star Wars film for the first time since 2019's The Rise of Skywalker, as we hope to expand to a wider, more global audience with our usage of DEI. So he's openly admitting that they are using DEI to expand their reach, to reach more customers, to reach more viewers, whether it's a show, a movie, whatever have you. And in turn, it's going to lead more people to go to the Disney parks around the globe. That's their belief, right? This is the same exact guy that really believes that the remake or the reboot, the soft reboot, whatever you want to say, of Pirates of the Caribbean is going to work and become a huge hit. It's not. No Johnny, no Pirates. Johnny Depp is out, it's not going to work. So the same thing in this sense. The Acolyte is breaking the rules of George Lucas' Star Wars. There's going to be a lot of canon-breaking moments in this series. Even Leslye Headland admitted that there are going to be moments in this series that will most certainly divide fans. And that really is a problematic scenario that could very well be bigger than The Last Jedi Backlash. This is exactly why I say, and have been saying for over a year now, that The Acolyte has the potential to become The Last Jedi 2.0 or worse, as far as how big of a negative reaction it receives. And already, it's really bad before it's released. The trailers are getting bombarded, and look, that's exactly why they delayed this trailer for so long. They knew this was coming. So overall, guys, drop a comment below. Fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys later.